Good morning, guys. I am inside the madness of Istanbul, and I am trying to go through the. I'm trying to go to the World F Conference, but I booked a hotel in the historical center, and so now I am stuck in a very crazy traffic jam with, people with bikes and motorbikes and children and babies and animals running on the street. People with carts and trucks and buses in the most narrow streets possible. And so, yeah, we are trying to survive the morning, but we'll see. Um, Seems to be okay. Yesterday, I met all the speakers. Um, met my panel moderators. Met a lot of interesting people. And as a speaker here, I would have access to most of the higher level people. So my main goal for the conference is to meet potential investors. We know that some people like Neil Patel and others from China and Alibaba are going to be here. So um, we're looking for somebody interesting who can not just invest in our company but also provide additional value, and maybe even some publicity and recognition to the company. And we'll see. I'll show you around when I arrive. Okay, so I've arrived. I'm still alive, which is impressive, to say the least. Maybe I won't survive. So I'm now going to the conference and trying to find where it is. This thing is huge. There's millions of people with Lambos everywhere. VIP parking is full. I'll show you the convention center, and we're gonna do a quick speed run around.
Benim gönlüm sarhoştu yıldızların altında. Sevişmek ah ne hoştu yıldızların altında. Benim gönlüm sarhoştu yıldızların altında.
All right, guys. So we are here at World F in Istanbul, and we're interviewing the top guy.
Thank you.
Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit more about World F.
Okay, thank you so much, Dimitar, for this interview. I am Ibrahim. I am the head of international business development at the World Dev. And here in Istanbul, we are organizing this event at the at approximately this is since we are organizing it since 2017. It's 10th time of this event, and all e-commerce ecosystem is here, not only in Turkey but also all around the world, from the GCC region, from the Europe, from the Balkans, or from the CIS region. All e-commerce ecosystem is here, and now at the end of this year, we are planning to organize it in Dubai with the support of Dubai Commerce City.
We are actually right now. It looks like we're in Dubai, but we are just at the stand of Dubai Commerce City.
Yes, exactly.
And so, can you tell us a little bit more about World F in Dubai?
World F in Dubai will be organized in between 4 and 5 of December in the Dubai Commerce City campus, and Dubai Commerce City is our main strategic partner there. We have so many demands for that event also. manufacturers, service providers, or marketplaces. All that region will be there.
I saw that in the entrance there is a map of the event, and it looks absolutely crazy. But it's also interesting that half of the map is already taken.
You know, since we have many demands, we are getting pre-sales for the Dubai, but we have still free areas that if anyone interested to come to World of Dubai, we are definitely here to help you. And also, World of Dubai will be more than, it will be basically regional, focusing on GCC region and surrounding region. That's why the World of Dubai will be a bit global, but more we are focused. Our main focus will be GCC region, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Yemen, and that region.
All right.
We are waiting everyone there also.
So if everyone from our part of the world, from the West, from Europe, from the United States, the Balkans, if they want to focus on the Middle Eastern region, they would be.
Yes.
They should be going to Dubai.
Exactly, and also our main partner, Dubai Commerce City, is also helping new business while they are entering to Dubai market and or that region. They have really huge experience, and they are here to help you also. They can be your local partner there also. We as WordDev also, we can bring you together with them in Dubai, and so many partners, not only Dubai Commerce.
So if I wanted to open a company in Dubai, they would be the guys to talk to that can help you set up,
Yes.
companies, offices, bank accounts, everything
Yes,
that you would need to run a business.
That's what they are doing. They are free zone that focusing on digital commerce and e-commerce. That's why their main focus is to bring new businesses to Dubai.
I also saw that there's like a lot of specifically e-commerce infrastructure, like logistics centers, these partnership hubs where people just kind of, they're like 24/7 networking events.
Yes, exactly.
And I also saw that there's a lot of influx of different interesting companies going to Dubai specifically to network.
Actually, you are right, because Dubai, especially, becoming more popular year by year, and they have huge potential and so many opportunities there. So many people are coming, going to that city and to build new businesses to connect not only Dubai but also all around there, because it's become a global city. And in terms of e-commerce, that region has so many potential. The e-commerce is emerging there. So many big players also there to increase and help to increase the e-commerce and cross-border e-commerce there. And if anyone who wants to build their business into Dubai or that region, World of Dubai will definitely help them.
All right, great. Well, thanks a lot
so
for your
much.
time.
Thank
I
you
know
having
you're
me.
super busy.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
let you do your business. Okay, guys. So I'm here with Arjun Sarkar. He is a representative of the Dubai Commerce City, which is a big government project in Dubai that helps businesses, especially in the sphere of e-commerce, set up their infrastructure in Dubai. So we're going to talk about how, like, what do I need to do to open up a company in Dubai and start operating from Dubai, and why?
First of all, thanks for having me on this show, and this conversation that we're having right now. I believe it will also create an education and awareness for all the people who are following your channel. So Dubai right now, if you put things into context, Dubai, the market is booming when it comes to e-commerce. Middle East overall has been a very, very untapped market. If you consider US, Europe, and Asia, these markets have been there for a long time, but Middle East and Dubai is now really, really growing. Things such as infrastructure provided by the government, the internet penetration, smartphone high usage are creating opportunities for brands to thrive and sell their products in specifically in the e-commerce sector. Now, coming to your question about if you are a business who wants to sell in the Middle East? How do you get into Dubai? First question. It's a question we get asked so often.
I actually want to go a little bit broader.
Okay.
Most people actually want to just operate from Dubai and operate globally. They don't, it's not about selling in the Middle Eastern market. It's more about setting up your global operations in the Middle East. And even this is from large corporations to small businesses and even like small content creators. For example, I have a particular case of one client from Syria. He cannot open up a bank account in Syria. He cannot run his business from Syria. And this is I also know people from other places in the world like Kashmir and other countries where it's very difficult. And even 5 years ago, I created my company in the United States because it was very difficult to operate in Bulgaria because of some regulations, because of payments, because of different things that we needed. So look at it from the global perspective. What are the steps to create a company that you can operate and just do business in the whole world from Dubai?
Absolutely. I mean, you've hit it on the head. So Dubai wants to become the global capital when it comes to digital commerce and digital economy, right? I mean, the leadership of Dubai wants to position itself among the top 3 global cities of the world when it comes to trade, economy, growth of the digital sector. That's what the vision is, right? And you're absolutely right. We have many, many examples of businesses who have established themselves in Dubai, with Dubai Commerce City, and they are serving their customers all over the world. We have businesses from the UK who moved their operations from the UK, set up in Dubai. They are getting their products manufactured from China and other parts of the world, consolidating in Dubai, making it a hub, and then it goes to other parts of the world. So yes, at Dubai, once you open up a trade license, obviously the trade license can be issued by the respective authorities, we as such as ourselves. First, you need to understand, or first you need to decide what type of trade license. That is determined by the nature of business that you are doing. If you are into e-exports and e-commerce or goods trading, you'll take, say, for example, a general trading license. If you are a service provider, you are an influencer, you would take a service license. So similarly, depending on the type of the business, you choose the license type, you choose what are the different activities within that license type you want to.
Can you tell me about this? Where is the place to go? Who do you need to talk to? Because I know that there's a lot of misinformation about these trade licenses that they cost 10, 20. I've even heard $70,000, which is, I know it's absurd, but people actually believe it. And then they just say, okay, I can't open a company in Dubai, and this is where their journey ends. And this was also for me, like I think about 6 years ago, we wanted to open a branch in Dubai, and then we landed up on some shady people, you could say, and they said it costs $25,000, and then we said, oh no, this is too much, it's useless, and then we just let it go.
Earlier in one of the sessions, I was talking about the need for building the awareness. We completely understand that. That's why you see we have flown all the way from Dubai. We're attending exhibitions. We're going to different parts of the world. We are building that awareness. To answer your question about the information being available, yes, you can go to the portals such as Invest in Dubai. You just Google Invest in Dubai. You would find a government-owned website.
Investindubai.ae. Correct.
Invest in Dubai, Free Zones Gateway. There are multiple. I can actually maybe send you the details. We'll pop it up on the.
I'll find it and pop it up on the link.
As the government is making its efforts trying to make these information available on the public domain as much. They are there. Maybe people are not aware of it. That's why they are going to consultants who may not be providing with the right information. We do roadshows all over the world. Dubai Chambers, for example, they are doing roadshows in different parts of the world. They are collaborating with the business chambers of those countries, building those awareness. We participate in exhibitions. We are invited by as speakers, which gives us the opportunity to clear some of these myths which are there about Dubai. So information is there. All you need to do is go to the government websites, find the right government authority. These are all information are listed. Their phone numbers are listed. Their email addresses are listed. You need to go reach out to them. And once we, for example, when we get an inquiry, we have a dedicated team whose responsibility is to provide all the information to the clients. Whether you open up a business or not, that's not important. But providing you with the right information is more important for us. So that's why we have dedicated teams whose only job is to then provide the right information and guide the customers. And it's about hand-holding them. Should you decide to open up a company, we don't stop at providing the information, or we don't tell you go to a consultant and the consultant will help you. We take you through the entire journey. What people don't know is you can set up a company in Dubai from whichever part of the world you are in. You do not have to physically visit Dubai to open up a company unless it is for the need of your visa biometrics.
There's one thing, like, for example, 5 years ago, for me, it was payments. I was not able to collect payments. In Bulgaria, the infrastructure for payments was horrible. It still is. And so I wanted to use Stripe. And for me, Stripe was the gateway to the United States, where they helped me create the company, set up the founding documents, set up a bank account, manage all that, telepathically, and also get a lawyer or a legal representative, a post address where I could receive mail and official government documents, and an accountant. So these are the things that I really need to operate the company remotely. And I've also been speaking a few years ago with guys who set up the government, the electronic government in Estonia, which is the kind of the jewel of Europe in a lot of case studies and success stories. They help you do everything. You can like even go to the doctor and social security, everything is embedded into the ID. But can you tell me what's the equivalent to that? Investing in Dubai is the equivalent to what Stripe does to help you set up a company in Dubai? Or is there, like, after I open the company, so first I understand I have to get a license. I have to select the correct activity and it's the correct authority. Then I apply for a license. And then from there, how do I get to having a company, a bank account, an accountant, and a lawyer?
So Invest in Dubai is a gateway. It's a portal through which you get all the information at one consolidated place. Invest in Dubai is not the equivalent of Stripe. They are more an authority which is helping you to make the right selection even before you approach an authority to get your business license. For example, if you were a financial institution or company who's dealing in finances, possibly you would go to a different special economic zone. If you are in digital commerce like ourselves, you'd come to Dubai Commerce City. If you are in education, you'd possibly go into another. So Dubai has these different special economic zones developed for certain sectors. Invest in Dubai, when you go to the portal, and I'll give you the link as well, you'll see it's a very structured information is provided. So at a high level, you know which authority I need to reach out to. I'll give you an example of how we do it. So if there is a company which wants to launch its business in e-commerce, once they approach us, we help them with all their documentation. We help them with their application for licenses. If they need an office, the lease. If they need bank account, we have partner banks which help to get the bank account. In fact, you're talking about bank account.
In a lot of countries, this sounds like impossible, People don't trust their governments. And like when you hear that the government is going to help you, it's a bit doubtful. But I can see you and your entire team are here helping people all the time.
And we have live examples. I mean, we have live examples even from, we're sitting in Istanbul. We've had companies from Istanbul who have opened up their businesses in Dubai, and now they are doing fantastic, right? we value customer service. We want to be seen as an enabler and a partner in the company's journey. In fact, yesterday, one of the businesses from here who already have opened up in Commerce City, they approached me and said, Arjun, I'm facing one issue with a certain thing regarding another entity. What I did, I just dropped an email to the respective department within our company saying that this is the issue the customer is facing. Within 1 hour, the issue was resolved. 1 hour from the time he reported the issue to me, because we want to make it very seamless and easy.
I think a lot of people will relate, like in Bulgaria, where I'm from, and in India, if you have to resolve an issue like that, it would be go to this institution and then to that guy and then fill in this form and then send it to that guy and then go to desk 43 and then from there to the church.
I mean, it is true. I mean, as an Indian, obviously, it sometimes it hurts, and I know the government of India is also doing a lot trying to fix this. But what UAE has set up, what Dubai specifically has done, is it's amazing, right? I mean, as I said, you opening up a company, sitting here without having to go physically to Dubai, and a government authority is taking the pain of getting everything done for you. That is a very different level of customer service.
I think the most important thing that we got out of this conversation is that there's a lot of misinformation. You should not believe anyone else but the official website, because what I heard when I was trying to open a company in Dubai was that I had to go 3 times there, 1 time to get a license, 1 time to get a lawyer, and 1 time to get a bank account, and then another one. And everything is 2 weeks apart and $25,000. It was just so crazy, and it's all untrue.
You now even have digital banks. Digital banks, no branches, digital banks, you get your bank account in 3 days.
Right. Okay. So everyone that needs to open up a business and operate their digital business globally and internationally, I'll send them to you.
Absolutely. We
Thanks
are open.
a lot for your
Thank
time.
you very much for having me here.
It was a great pleasure.
Likewise. And I'll send you the links, etc.
All right. Thanks a lot.
And look who we have here. Our friends from the Balkan e-commerce summit. Selling like crazy. Booth is full. Customers are piling in front. Business is happening.
Katibimi ararken yanında buldum. Katibimi ararken yanında buldum. Katibenim ben katibim elle karışık. Katibime kolunda gömlek ne güzel yaraşır. Katibenim ben katibim ne karışık.
And finally, I made a lot of connections. I'm organizing a dinner for some of the speakers of the event. I'm doing it, of course, for networking purposes. And once that's done, we will go to day 2 with deeper connections in the event. We now know a lot of the people, and we'll look in the next day, we will look to extend our network. So instead of just trying to find contacts with people directly, I will just speak to the people that I already know to connect me with the people I need. That's one of the greatest networking techniques. You just go in, meet some people, and then now they can be the gate to the next people. And so the key is to meet the important people in the beginning. I already know all the organizers, and so yeah, it's one of the benefits of being a speaker, is that you have access to the VIP lounges where all the other interesting people are, and those people also have contacts to everyone else. So yeah, I'm going to the hotel now to edit and kind of put some videos together, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, guys, reporting from the second day here at World Dev Conference. Mostly, I've been meeting people, talking to a lot of the speakers. I have several opportunities for investment, and this is actually making me think about the question of valuation, because so far, every potential investor that I've talked to has said yes, and has also asked how much money do you want, and it seems like a very small amount to them. Now, we already talked about overvaluation, but now I'm actually starting to think about undervaluation. So we'll see how it goes. We have a lot of networking, a lot of interviews coming up, possibly, and some interesting people to meet around here. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes. Wish me luck, and please like and subscribe and whatever. Take a look at this. This is the robot friend. He just goes around and collects all the cups.
Üsküdar'a giderken bir mendil buldum. Üsküdar'a giderken bir mendil buldum. Mendilimin içine de lokum doldurdum. Mendilimin içine de lokum doldurdum. Katibimi ararken yanımda buldum. Katibimi ararken yanımda buldum. Katibini
All right, guys, good morning. This is the third day of the World Dev Conference. I lost my sunglasses and I'm super sad about it. So I'm gonna get the fifth generation of the same ones, for obvious reasons, because I keep losing them. And I will be doing my presentation today about the future of e-commerce and how digital products are becoming the biggest trend in e-commerce. I'm going to the lobby now to grab a coffee and then off to my presentation, which is just before Neil Patel's. I'll do my panel and then off to networking. I think I already achieved my goals for the conference. I was here to find investors, and I was thinking more of on the side of angels, but eventually I found some very huge guys who are actually big institutional investors, who can connect me with the entire ecosystem of their country, which is the UK and Dubai. So two different guys who can help me get that done. And so now I'm going in, and I'll try to record my panel for you and kind of keep you up to date on what's going on.
So we have Dimitar here from Bulgaria, Sofia. So we went from Bangkok to Bulgaria. We're still staying with bees. Okay. So Dimitar, we had a little bit of a chance to talk over the last 2 days, and it's interesting what you're doing. I'll jump in directly for the audience, and what I would like to do is I will ask you a bunch of questions, but I would also ask the audience to interact with us. If you want to ask questions, just raise your hand, and I will find you out. E- Otherwise, I will also open up for Q&A at the end of the session. Okay. So, Dimitar, what factors are driving the increasing demand for digital products in e-commerce? You talk from a European perspective, what you are seeing, and what you're seeing as the factors that are driving the demand here.
It's actually only one thing. It's the price of digital advertising. So when I started doing Google Ads in 2001, I think that was 22 years ago, the price of a Google search was about 1 cent, And some people were even changing their currency into yen to get like a lower price than that.
Yes,
And the
correct.
price of 1,000 impressions was 2.5 cents. Now this price has increased for the last 20 years, has increased over 1,000 times. It's just becoming too high. And also the reason why people are moving to content, and content started the digital trends and the kind of all the social media personalities who started making a lot of money on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. The one thing that drove them there is that before businesses could easily sell using advertising, right? But now this is not easy for two reasons. One, the price is very high. And the second one is AI, because Google and Facebook mainly started using AI to equalize the field. And so if you could do, maybe you were better at Facebook ads than me 5 years ago, maybe you could have some settings that could give you an advantage. Maybe you could have a strategy. Now everything depends on the product. There is no targeting. Everybody's forced to use mega broad targeting across the board to just rely on the AI. And this means that the companies who have more data and have more information and more money, they always win the game. And so people had to innovate and move away from advertising and kind of start doing more organic things. And that's why, content marketing became so prevalent.
Yeah, and also the channels for content marketing have increased. There's a lot of niche targeting platforms completely coming in place rather than just the Google and Facebook and LinkedIn. There's a lot of the niche happening. Is that what you're seeing also? And are your customers asking for that, or are you recommending that to customers?
So I think that what I'm seeing as one of the most successful strategies that pretty much everyone is applying is to play across all social media channels and have one that is the main one. So, for example, some people are doing dance and they're dancing, and so their thing is TikTok. So, TikTok is the main channel, and then we use all the others like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube to spread and kind of repackage the content and send it around. Some people who have more money invest into kind of, I'm going to do this specifically for TikTok and this specifically for YouTube. But the ones that we see really succeed from becoming very small to very big are the ones who are focusing on one channel and then repackaging the content and using it on other channels.
So with so many channels increasing, I can assume that consumer behavior is also changing. Preferences are also changing. What are you seeing as a pattern of change among consumer behavior because of the rise of these channels?
So I was actually doing a research on that. We have kind of moved into the opinion economy. So now, when you came here to Istanbul, a lot of you had to book a hotel. Did you book it because it's a 5-star hotel, or did you book it because it's Airbnb or Booking.com say that it's an excellent hotel? So the fact that Booking.com says that that's an excellent hotel, even though it's a 2-star hotel, is basically the opinion economy. And so the continuation of that is how people are learning today. Before we had this, scientific community, and then the top scientists are saying, okay, this is what we should teach people, and then it goes top down. But now, because everyone is a media in their own right, they can share their opinion on social media, and that's why we have so much fake news, so much false information, misinformation, and so on, because everyone is a media now, everyone is an authority. And what we are seeing mainly is that people are starting to learn from influencers, and they listen to the influencers more than they listen to anyone else. They listen to stats, to scientific facts. Kids listen to influencers more than they listen to their parents.
Oh yeah. I can attest to that. My daughter listens to YouTube, not me.
Yeah.
So But on that, because I live in China, right? I live in Shanghai, and almost every major brand has changed its strategies to use KOLs, the key opinion leaders or influencers, as we call it. You can see that change with TikTok happening all over the world. What is your suggestions? How do you advise your customers? How do you work your customers when you are working on the influencer marketing and as an extension of your digital marketing?
Okay, so I'll answer from both sides because one of my businesses is a marketing agency. So I've been on the shark side for a long time, and I've been kind of abusing influencers and trying to get their prices down and so on for a long time, and trying to make a lot of very high ROI of their work. It used to be easier, but it gets harder. So on the as a marketing agency, we were using influencers in a very interesting way. So the way that you kind of work with an influencer is you pay them a percentage of your profits. As a businessman, I have this water here. It costs me $1 to make, and I want to sell it for $2. This means that I cannot pay the influencer more than $1 to sell it. Or can I? There is a way to actually pay them more than $1, which is one of the most interesting strategies that we found. Because if I pay you just for the sales, this is basically affiliate marketing. And what you can do with influencer marketing is borrow trust from the influencer, which is very important. So what we're doing is we are working with big influencers. We are paying them far more than what they can sell. So if they make $100,000 of sales, I can pay them $300,000. And you would say, but you're crazy, you're going to lose money. No, because then this is what they will say, sell directly through their own channels. Let's say they have 200,000 people on YouTube. They're going to make $100,000 of sales. Okay, 1/3 is now in the pocket. So let's figure out where the other 2/3 are. The influencer has 100,000 people as an audience, but I can take their image, the content that they created, and buy $200 million impressions on Google and Facebook, and amplify their voice and make 100 times more money. So that's kind of from the advertiser side. And from the influencer side, we are seeing that, first of all, they understand this more and more. And second, we are seeing influencers say, why should I sell your water? Just like, wait a second. That's why we created our platform, by the way, because influencers, instead of selling your brand and your product, they can sell their own brand and their own product. But with physical products, that's hard because influencers are busy making content, and then you have no time to do business, and e-commerce is complicated. You have shipping, logistics, sourcing, production, marketing. It's very hard. But what influencers started doing is creating digital products like online courses, membership communities, Patreon style support services, and they started selling their own brand and their own product. And when it's a digital product, you don't buy it, you don't ship it, there's no work involved in it, and you just get 100% of the money minus the card processing payments, the payment processing, which is like 1%. So they get the money immediately, they advertise themselves, they grow their own brand, and so now why do I need to work with the brands? And so this is where it becomes very important for e-commerce brands to offer more than what they get and figure out a way to make the money back.
Yeah, because I'm noticing all these exhibitors that are here, right? They like the one that is right here, or a lot of other cosmetic brands. They're all selling on e-commerce, and I'm assuming they're using influencers or advertising on there. And I think your company can help them. Can you tell us a little bit more about your company? What your company does? Because we didn't cover that earlier.
Yes. Okay. So we created our own academy for digital marketing and business. We're teaching digital marketing to people across the world, and so a lot of our students started asking us what's the platform that we are using to create our online courses, and this is kind of how skillplate.com got started. What we do is we help content creators and businesses make money by selling digital products like online courses and memberships and subscriptions. and digital downloads and so on. And so the way in which we help influencers is clear. They sell their own product, they make their own money instead of helping other brands. But there's a very interesting use cases that we're seeing on the business side. So how businesses use digital products is very interesting. Let me give you a few examples of businesses that use digital products to make a lot of money selling actual physical products. One is dreamcatchers.com. They are the highest quality hair extensions brand in the United States. And they have a certification. So they educate their customers, which are hairstylists, to install their products, and they only sell the product to people who are certified. And so by educating them, they provide a better service, they provide the hairstylists with a way to make more money, and they ensure very low retention. And this is how they made $100 million. Because if you just sell the product, then people are not going to feel a part of it. They're not going to be, so engaged and so educated that they will not understand the full value. And so another example that we're seeing is also in software companies. For example, CloudCard, their Bulgarian e-commerce solution, they use digital products, online courses, and communities to educate their partners. Agencies that create online stores with their software, marketing agencies who help businesses grow on their platform. And by educating a partner, they invest very little resources. They educate one, let's say, web development agency on how to work with their software. And in the next 10 years, they will probably bring 100 clients. And this is, their investment is like nothing compared to that. And they educate, even if they educate 50 or 100 companies this month or year, this is a huge amount of customers. And we're also seeing it in services as well. For example, my lawyer, who is a very shy guy, he would never come to speak at a conference like this. And he is a service business. You come to him, he helps you with your business, if you have a legal trouble. So he has an online course, how not to get into legal trouble, how to prepare your company, how to set everything up. And it costs $50. A lot of entrepreneurs would pay $50 to not get in trouble. And the way it works is he's using it as an acquisition strategy. So he pays $50 to Facebook for ads. For these $50, he started to sell one course to one interested person who then buys the course. He now has his money back. So he spent $0 on advertising. He got $50 of free advertising and one educated customer. And then this is also his onboarding process as a service business. I'm sure you have a lot of complicated services that you do here in Turkey, like, for example, the shipping and so on. And so when you educate the customer, there are two situations: how things should be and how things are. And when you educate the customer, he can make the difference between, okay, this is how my business should be, and this is how it is. There's a gap. Who can fix it? Who you're gonna call? It's like Ghostbusters, There's the guy just taught you how to do the thing, right? And now that you know how it should be done, it's bugging you internally. You can't sleep anymore. And then you go and hire him to do the service for you. And so these innovative approaches of using digital products to sell more physical products are what we're seeing across the board in the most innovative businesses.
Thank you, Dimitar. We have 3 minutes. Anybody has a question for Dimitar, I can take it now. Otherwise, I have a question for him. I'm going to do something. Oh, Mila has a question.
In what?
What kind of digital products do you need in the next 5 years? What are you predicting?
Okay, so online courses are the biggest one because the biggest problem is actually education and communication. Communicating the value to customers, communicating the ways in which they can use your services, so on. So online courses are the best number one, but the close second are actually digital communities. So digital communities are a very interesting type of product. People are willing to pay to be a part of a community. Let's say you're in e-commerce. What would you pay to be in a network with 1,000 people equally or more successful than you? This is huge value. It's immense, and it has no cost. So building a bigger and bigger community increases the value of the community that everyone gets. It's like the telephone. If only me and you have a telephone, the total value of the telephone is 2 nodes. But if we add him, now there's 6 possibilities. If we add all the people around here, it would be such a big number that I couldn't even say it in the next 5 minutes. And so the value of communities grows exponentially because the more people join, the more the value increases for everyone, not just for the person who joined. So yeah, communities are definitely the most emerging product, digital product that we're seeing out there. And every brand is building a community. Dreamcatchers, the care extension brand, has a community of their customers. Our marketing academy has a community of everybody who's studying marketing. World Dev should have a community of the World Dev speakers, the World Dev visitors. Everybody should be in that community and be able to get in touch. And you do that with the app. So there's kind of the biggest benefit comes from when you start actually managing the community and connecting people and helping them, kind of giving them this concierge service.
Thank you. Is that it, Mila? Do we have more time? Okay, that's it then. Very nice talking to you. That was really interesting. I think there are people waiting to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evet, merhaba. Programımıza kaldığımız yerden devam ediyor. Şimdi çok önemli bir isim var. Unless the program continues on the Future Commerce stage, World of Istanbul. Now we will witness the presentation of a prominent name on the stage. He is known as the Digital Marketing and Search Engine Optimization Guru. Neil Patel, digital founder and famous YouTuber Neil Patel is among us. Now I would like to invite him on our stage, please. Yes.
How are you guys doing today? That's awesome. So I'm excited to be here in beautiful Istanbul today. Thank you for guys taking your time out of this busy weekend to come here. I really appreciate the World Dev Conference having me. So let's get started. Today,
Daniel, nice to meet you. We saw your presentation. Everybody was so interested in what you had to say. You're obviously a guy with a lot of experience, but we have seen a lot of what you had in your presentation on YouTube, everybody talking about it, but there's one thing that was very different. And you mentioned that it's no longer the most important thing to create content. The most important thing is to actually promote the content. So can you tell me about your content promotion strategy?
Sure. So my promotion strategy is when I put out content, I'll then go and engage on other, like, call it 20, 30 other accounts or content pieces within my space right then and there. That helps more people see my content because they'll come back to the profile, see my content, engage. I then sometimes boost and promote my content through ads. I also send out email blasts and promotions through text message and push notifications. I'm also searching for people who mention this content in articles and link to it, journalist sites, email them letting know I released the content, see if they want to either share it or talk about it. And then I also look at who's the other people who shared or reposted content from my competitors, and I hit them up and ask to tell them about my content, see if they want to share it as well.
All right, so what should we do to get this interview out to 1 million people? So we have a target, we have one video, it's obviously the highest quality content in the
Million
world.
is hard because it's too small of a vertical, but if you want to still reach thousands, it's the same thing that I talked about. reach out to other people promoting similar content, do email blasts, push notifications, text messages. You can also do things like running some ads, cross-link it, optimize it for SEO, right? The possibilities are endless. But a lot of it has to do with finding people in the community who's talking about the same type of content and showcasing it to them to see if they want to share it.
All right, what do you think about content repurposing? So we're seeing the trend that a lot of people are focusing on one channel, let's say YouTube and long form content, and then from that, like for example, this interview can be broken down into maybe 10 shorts and then also used as a podcast.
That works really well. Content repurposing is amazing, and I think everyone should do it because you need to create so much content for so many different social channels. It's too hard and too time consuming unless you repurpose your content.
What is your main channel for content? Is it the presentations that you do at conferences that you break down,
No.
or is it content that you purposefully create with a vision?
I purposely create my content, and there's not one channel. I use all of them. There's no longer one channel that gets majority of the views. It's all channels add up to a lot of influence.
No, I meant more like a medium. Like, what is the
Of
type?
videos.
In what form do you think of the content first?
Videos. I
So-
think we're a video first content creation.
Long form video.
Yes, because then you can cut the long form into short form. But videos first, long form.
All right, good. You also mentioned that you are working a lot with influencers. What would you recommend for influencers to do to get in touch with brands and win deals? And also, what do you think about them creating their own digital products and setting online courses and communities, for example?
Yeah, so creating a brand is great, going out there, getting influence. But I'm not the biggest fan of creating your own products and selling them. I'm a bigger fan of creating a company that sells products and building a corporate brand. In the long run, you'll do better because it's sellable. A personal brand is harder to sell.
Okay, and how can then content creators, so I'm thinking, now that I'm asking the question, I'm thinking of people like Kylie Jenner, right? She managed to do that. She used her personal brand to grow a corporate brand. So how would you recommend that content creators go about this when they're smaller?
You just create a corporate brand and then you push it on all your social profiles.
So
It
instead
doesn't
of
matter.
promoting myself, I should promote
You can promote both.
my own brand.
I promote myself on stage. I'm Neil Patel, but I say I'm the co-founder of NP Digital, which is my ad agency. You promote both at the same time.
All right. What do you think in terms of the combination between humans AI and AI? We saw that you're seeing better results when you see the combination. How does your team work with AI to achieve better results?
We use it for ideation, data and analytics, research. We use it combined with humans to help not only speed up the time it takes to complete tasks, but to make it more efficient and better and bring insights that are more important to the service.
All right. Is there anything else that people should know? What's the biggest trend right now? Because we have to wrap it up.
Not necessarily the biggest trend, but if I had to tell people one thing, keep patient. You have to be patient. Doesn't matter how much you know, all this stuff just takes time. You can't expect to get amazing results in a week or a month or 2 months. It takes a long time.
With content.
Yes.
How much time did it take you to get off the ground and start getting results in the beginning? I know you've been posting.
You see some
content for
results.
like 10 years.
You see some results within 6 months, but you really see good results after 3 years.
After 3 years. All right. So persist for at least 3 years and then see what happens. Thanks a lot for your time, Neil.
Thank you.
And I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
No party like a techno party.
Okay, guys. So conference is finally over. We are preparing for what comes after. Going back home. All objectives have been achieved. Contacts with investors have been found. We found new partners, new clients, new friends. I got invites to a bunch of other events and conferences. I made a few partnerships. I did some interesting content, which you're about to see in recent episodes, and we can call this one a success.